Hello and welcome to Match Fishing TV. Quite a few results to get through this week, and I'm joined in the studio to discuss them by Tom Scully.
Hello.
And Joe Carras.
Good evening.
Well lads, let's get straight on the action. It was the final round of the Bait Tech Canal Championship.
It was the final, Rog, actually. It was the accumulation of all the qualifiers. We had between sort of 5 and 6 anglers qualified from each of the qualifiers. And this was the grand final, very generously sponsored by Bait Tech, who put a lot of bait vouchers and bait for all the competitors in there. And it was really, really interesting, to be honest. Not how I expected the match to fish at all. I got a lot of stick in the morning. It's true this though. I drove over the canal about 6:30 to go and mix my ground bait, and it wasn't frozen. So Lee and Matt texted me, is it frozen? I said, no, not frozen, no ice at all. Went in, did the draw, got to the pegs at, I suppose it'd be about 8:45, frozen solid. So in between 6:30 and...
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
I've had it before though, that. I've
That's like a scene out of the day after tomorrow, isn't it?
That's not really bad, isn't it?
Helicopters crashed and things like that.
No, I didn't see anything like that, but it wouldn't have surprised me. But then, I mean, what wouldn't you expect to happen on a frozen gin clear canal?
Well, you wouldn't expect it to be very good.
You wouldn't expect it to be bream soup neither, would you?
No. I've never seen as many bream feed in a match on the staying as in this particular match. Really, really strange. Whether the icebreakers that everybody chucked in
stirred them
up or
but yeah, it's going to put a bit of suspended silt around the bottom, isn't it?
Definitely. But the match was actually won by Adam Dowd.
Great result, isn't it? That?
Yeah, he did absolutely brilliant. It was on peg 176 and he caught 18-14. He caught some big bream, obviously, for that. The first one, I weighed him and he tipped it in the net and it hit the bottom. It must have been £6.
Pulled your arm on the socket.
Proper slab.
It was, but he did ever so well. He caught on casters. Second was Ian Leach. Now, Matt won't like me telling you this, but Matt had a really good view of Ian. So he was next to him. And,
oh dear.
Weren't you the other side of Matt as well?
I was one below Matt, yeah.
So he had it both sides, didn't he?
Matt did have it both sides, yeah. But,
we've got to get it while we can, let's be honest.
That's true, yeah. So I didn't know which way to turn at one point. But Ian had £17.8, so just one fish short really. Again, he had 5 big bream for that though. Did really well. And third place was Brian Hawkes. He had £15.4. But the backup weights were brilliant as well. There were some 14s, 13s. Lee Carey was last in the main frame. He paid 6 out being the final. He was last in the main frame with £12.
Was it pretty much all bream and skimmers?
Yes.
Roach didn't feed really.
The best.
If you were catching roach, you weren't in with a shout.
Yes, £8 was about the best roach weight that I saw.
Amazing, isn't it? It was funny because me and Lee was talking about it this morning because obviously we fished the junction a lot and it's all interlinked and that's full of bream now and obviously the stain is full of bream. It's just amazing, isn't it, really, how it's changing.
It's also amazing the fact they're prepared to feed in the cold weather that we had.
Yes.
Of course, now it's gone that bit milder. If they've already started, I mean, it bodes well for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, it just goes to show, throw the phone book out the window sometimes, can't you?
Absolutely. I've just got this vision of you real. No, it's not frozen. It is frozen.
Oh, I got some stick about that.
I can bet you did.
Well done. Okay, so well done to Adam. Lindo, Natural Baits League. You've been on there as well.
Yeah, it was a good match, Joe, really, wasn't it?
I mean, we just gave him some stick, but on the other hand, Matt won the match, didn't he? With an excellent £43.
He was saving himself.
He was.
An excellent £43 on Willow's peg 9. Paul Christie was second with £26.1 off Willow's 22, and James Dent was third with £24.9 on Bonsai. So a nice split up frame there.
Definitely. I mean, it's typical winter fishing, as you say. We've just given Matt a load of stick, but Matt was actually next to Alan Scawthorne on Saturday when he had that weight.
So that's not a bad scalp to have, is it?
£1.9, I think Alan had.
£1.1.
£1.1,
yeah.
That was it, yeah. So.
But it's funny, isn't it? Because Matt's next to him, but like what happened to you when you was next to Sean Cameron. You're next to him, but you're nowhere near him, are you?
Yeah.
It's like...
It's all points.
Yeah, it's all points, isn't it? It's like... But I'm sure he won't tell anyone that.
No.
No, that's a good result. I mean, that's all F1s up there, yeah?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Matt caught F1s, Paul Christie was second, caught F1s. James Dant in third, he fished a great match. He was in my section. And he's actually caught skimmers for that. He's fished 3 lines long, just nicked the odd skimmer on Bonsai. He did really well. But it's very tight in the league now.
I'd noticed that, yeah. There's a familiar name there creeping on.
Yes.
Well.
So Craig Butterfield's leading it.
Yeah. He's got 11 points, a weight of 96.13, and there's myself on 13, along with, I think, 3 others, 13 points with a weight of 113.7.5, and then Sean Cameron with 107.1.5. But the thing is, that could make it really interesting, you drop your worst results. Obviously, we've fished 5 of the 6 rounds now, and that's everybody's sort of final tally from that. But after next match, people will be able to drop the worst ones.
Be a shuffle again.
Definitely. So people like Matt and that have maybe had one real dipper, but when they drop that, they could be right back in the mix. So I think it's anybody's. Anything could happen.
Yeah, no,
That's how you want a league, though, isn't it? Wants to go to the last
When's
match.
your last round?
Definitely next Saturday. Next Saturday.
Brilliant.
All to play for. Now, here's a result that caught the eye.
Caught the eye.
Evesham DAA pairs at Evesham. And were it not for the fact that I know what the top three was, I would suggest that Rob Screeves, who won it, caught every fish in the river. What's gone on?
It just goes to show, doesn't it? Again, that form, but freezing cold night, lowish, clear river, I'm meant to hear. I don't think there was that much water.
It was on Sunday, wasn't it, again? So obviously the same day as the Staney match.
Yeah, but Rob Screeves won the match with £121, 12 ounces.
He must have been fishing for a week.
But I'm told that the stretch they used was a stretch that's not, well, I've certainly never known it used in a match there, and that's the Pleasure Gardens, which is right in the middle of town. It's quite shallow there, about 5 foot deep, pushes through fairly fast from what I'm told. And yeah, it just seems that every bream in the river was there and fed. Rob had 121.12. Owen Robinson, who's a good youngster from the area, he had 77.5. He went next to him on peg 2. And then our mate Ian Shepherd, he was third with 54.15.
And they've all been in a line, haven't they? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And but I mean, it's just been
It's
incredible.
amazing, isn't it? Amazing result. It's got to be a record, is it? For that
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think I'm sure that there was a Huxley's weight bigger than that. Might be wrong.
Well, I know that, I think Nick Crouch has the Evesham match length record with £80.
Oh, in which case it's a record.
£87. Brian Pollard, is it Brian Pollard?
That's the one I was thinking of. Because he only held it for a day, didn't it? Was that only 80
No, that
pounds?
was-
Lee
That was
Gardner
Lee
had it
Gardner,
for a
wasn't
day.
it? Yeah.
He had like £4 less than Nick. Brian Pollard holds the Huxley's one with £74, I think, something like that.
In which
Amazing.
case, Rob's is almost certainly a... Yeah.
But what's interesting is actually Evesham's been fishing really well. Evesham, as we know it, Wayne Swinscoe won nearly £20 a chub the other week. I noticed from, not from peg 35, and there's been some nice nets of roach. But I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it?
That is
Phenomenal.
crackers.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what made them go up there. I mean, pleasure anglers must have been reporting back that, there's it's fish soup, get up there quickly.
Amazing, isn't it?
But my understanding is that it was a pretty decent match anyway, apart from those big headline weights.
Yeah, it was. The fish were right through from what I saw, so good.
Nice to see.
Okay, small venue, just up the road from us, Meadowlands.
Yeah, it's a good league, isn't it?
Yeah, this winter league, this team's a freak. It goes every year, and it's always very, very popular. And that man, Wayne Sharman, has produced the goods yet again. We seem to be talking about Wayne every week at the moment, don't we? He won last week at Makins, and now he's winning at Meadowlands this week.
It's on fire.
And on fire. Low weight though, £32.10, which was 2 carp and some skimmers. So he's obviously had a few bites there, but Meadowlands has been a bit tough this winter, and I think the fact that the last in the frame was £28 probably shows that.
Yeah.
On the team front, Tornadoes won it with 8 points on the day. Lanes was second with 12 points, and Guru was third with 12 points as well. So.
But just before we move on to those teams, the name that caught my eye, second place, Andy Kinder.
Does some travelling, doesn't he, Andy?
Yeah, he does clock up the miles.
So he must be like
29.4.
Yeah. Neil Russell and Jeff Ring are tied with third with 28.8.
Good result. Good result for Wayne there. Obviously, absolutely banging form. Meadowlands obviously worth a visit at the moment. Those, as long as the skimmers keep feeding.
Oh, it's great winter sport there, isn't it? I've done some lovely features there over the
It's
years.
really
The carp can skew results. But
Yeah, it's really interesting though, because I speak to Darren Cox regularly about it, and on the Saturday they have silverfish only matches, and they fish really, really well up to £30 a skimmers. And
the
on a
carp go
Sunday,
berserk and they keep putting them back.
well, on a Sunday, no one can catch a skimmer. It's really weird. It's like whether they get caught and a bit of lip ache or I don't know, but
Strange, that,
yeah.
isn't it?
Anyway, well done to all concerned. Okay, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Okay, let's get straight into the final round, or the final qualifier for the Preston Innovations pole fishing pairs.
Yes. It was funny, I had a pair tell me that they couldn't fish on think it was Thursday night late on. And I know Des had been umming and ahhing about whether to go, Des and Adam Wakeling.
Des should.
Yes, and so I...
Because they'd already qualified, hadn't they?
They'd already qualified. And so I dropped him a text and said, there's a place if you want it. He says, oh, I don't know. Then he said, oh, go on then, we'll fish. I said, well, that's all right, you can have this spare ticket, just sort the cash out with the lad, and away you go. And so I wasn't a bit surprised when Saturday night I got the phone call from Sarah at Tunnelbound Farm, and Des Ship and Adam Wakeling won it as a pair with £73.12.
Yeah, Tom, these ringers that you sent.
So not only have they qualified twice, but they are actually reigning champions as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's been a good, looking formidable again, aren't they?
They are looking formidable. And Woodland View, a venue they both know quite well for the final, so it'll certainly be some money on them, I think.
Yeah.
They had a weight of £73.12, helped in no small part by Adam Wakeling's winning net. He had £44, I think, from New Peg 29.
Yeah, it's an awesome performance because that is not a favoured draw
not
at all.
peg, is it?
At all. I noticed he said he caught a lot of silvers as well, which they've not been feeding for weeks. Because I go there all the time, but they've had a bit of a switch on and he's taken advantage of it. So
yeah, I spoke to him this morning. He said some eyed and also some big perch. I've never really seen many big perch out of tunnel, but he had a couple of them.
I think they're in all these commercials, aren't they? And it's
ignored, aren't they?
Yeah, they are largely ignored. I mean, there's an awful lot of specimen hunters could beat their personal best just by going out to their local commercial fishery and targeting the fish that everybody else ignores.
Definitely. Sean Berry and Francis O'Reilly were second with 66.13, and Dave Brown and Dave Lloyd were third with 58.14. Now, obviously, because Des and Adam have already qualified, the fourth place pair also qualified, and that was Matt Bingham and Pete Rice, who had 55.5. So, some more big names in that final, really.
Yeah, and the final is on Saturday, March the 4th.
It is Saturday, March the 4th at Woodland View. It's going to be a brilliant match. I must be honest, some of the qualifiers, the turnouts have disappointed me a little bit, but still, I've totted up the money. There's still going to be over £7,000 to pay out on that final.
Brilliant.
So it's still going to be a
Is
brilliant
that plus
match.
pools on the day as well?
No, that's all told. There'll be a £50 per pair pools on the day, and then obviously
That'll be a good one to be involved
Looking
with.
forward to that. It'll be good.
Yeah, a lot of money to pay out. So I think we're going to pay the top 10 pairs. So plenty to fish for.
Fantastic.
Okay, now for the last couple of weeks, or the last probably couple of months, we've been talking about how well the drains have been fishing, and they delivered again. The Hayjack League on the 20-foot drain and the Old Neen at March. Incredible results again.
We keep talking about the drains and we keep talking about Alistair Ogilvie, don't we? I mean, he won the other week with £40 on the 20-foot drain, and he's won this week with £29 on a 20-foot drain. Unbelievable weights.
He's a bit good, isn't he?
He must be getting on a few fish. But I mean, look at the backup weights. I mean, Paul Kirby was second with £27, and then Mark Dickerson was third with £23. So there's a hell of a lot of fish to be caught over there, isn't there, at the moment?
Yes. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? They were interesting. I saw Alistair caught some rudd again.
Yeah, we'll run on the waggler before we switch to the pole, yeah.
Fantastic.
But I mean, the 20-foot dominated the results as well. I mean, the Old Neen has been fishing absolutely brilliantly.
Slowing down a touch.
It's just slowing down. I mean, you're still talking about £7, £8, £9 winning all the sections, and that's the poorer sections. But I noticed that 9 out of the top 10 came off the 20-foot, or 9 out of the top 10 came from the Chain Bridge section on the 20-foot. Which I have to put things straight here. I have been informed, since we were talking about the naming of the 20-foot and the 40-foot, apparently it was the original widths.
Oh,
Not necessarily the original.
Yeah, he said that.
Not necessarily the original widths that they were dug at, but the original widths that they were planned to be dug at.
Right. That's what I heard years ago. But
Yeah. So, and whoever it was that put me onto the bum steer about below sea level or above sea level, it's
That was a mile off, was it?
I think that might have been you, Joe.
It's all been getting a bit confusing for me, these drains. I'll tell you for why. I've got these results this morning, this Hayjack League, and it's obviously March, which everybody knows as the Old Neen, don't they? And then the 20-foot, isn't it? Which is obviously two separate venues. But on the results...
The 20-foot runs a long way from almost back to Whittlesea, all the way down to March.
Well, I think that's the what threw me, because in the results it says March and then 20-foot March. I'm thinking, well, which one is it?
Yeah, it's a long drain.
And we're still in February, it's not even March yet, so even more confusing.
If you're fishing the Winter League final and you're one of the guys that's on those drains there, it's worth having a look at an Ordnance Survey maps. Ever so interesting. You see a lot of places where you'll see these blue dots and they'll all be commercial fisheries, but over there it's just like a grid of waterways.
Drains.
Yeah.
And most of them never get fished, but they've all got loads in.
Yeah.
So well done, Alistair, for that. That's absolutely stellar performance
Another great
again.
result.
Right, so that's the good news out of the way. Now the bad news is that you got all upset when Matt handed his notice in, didn't you?
I got very upset. I don't think I can cope without him, to be honest. You know, he's going.
It's understandable.
Down. So yeah, so I'm going to go and become a monk.
So you're going with him. Well, you're not going with him. You're not going to Guru, but you're going to do your own thing.
I am. Yeah, yeah. One thing that's excited me for a long time, Roger, is how I think video media is really, you know, taken over in a lot of respects on social media and for a lot of tackle companies in terms of promotion now. So one of the things that's interested me is basically how I can push that forward. And I wanted to do my own thing for a while now, so this was the chance I needed to do it, I think. So I'm going to have a go at it.
So that means that you're stepping down from the role of editor of Match Fishing magazine.
I am.
But you are being replaced by a very able...
Yes, couldn't be going to a better pair of hands, I don't think, than this man.
Thank you very much. As you all know, I'm an absolute match fishing anorak, so to get the chance to do this is an absolute honour. And
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the Gore-Tex jacket, and absolutely it's the best job on the
I
planet.
really can't wait to get cracking with it, to be honest. It's an opportunity I've always wanted, and it'd be nice to get going and put my own stamp on things.
I think you'll do a grand job, mate.
Hopefully.
So you're not going just yet, you're with us for the next few weeks.
Yes.
And so you'll be on Match Fishing TV with us for the next few weeks.
Absolutely. And then, when I do leave, Joe was very kind and said I can have a little column in there as well.
we'll
So I'll
keep
still
you
be
in
able to keep you updated with what I'm up to and where I'm going and everything. So, exciting time.
Now this, obviously the fact that Matt's gone, the fact that you've gone, we've suspended entries on some of the Match Fishing events temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
And just so everybody knows, I will be emailing everybody that's entered for those and telling them what the new format is, what the new arrangements are over the next couple of days. So we're not going to say goodbye because you're going to be around for the next couple of weeks anyway.
Definitely.
But Joe, you have landed the plum job.
Can't wait.
Okay, well that's us done for another week, and we'll see you in about a week's time. Thanks for watching.